Welcome to KocoSports Weekly NXT Review. I am the huge one, Dave Coco from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where the world comes to kick ass. And above all, where you can be a passionate fan. And I forgot it's our home for combat sports, too. And joining me is my tag team partner, Rob. Man, we've been shuffling the co-hosts like crazy this week, and man, welcome back, Rob. Franielli's going to be happy. Every time there's a new co-host, Franielli's like, Rob? As always, we ask win, loss, or tie. What did you think of this week's NXT review? Rob, welcome back. Does it feel good to be back in the saddle? What do you say? Win, loss,
feels
or
all right.
Win, loss, or tie?
I'm gonna give it a win because I marked out pretty hard for part of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of those, when it comes to NXT and Lucha Underground, it's just that Monday shows are so bad that it's such a refresh in air, and we're going to critique it. It wasn't a perfect show, but it's just, I look forward to Wednesday so much. A Lucha Underground show will be done later. We also did a pay-per-view Profits, so please check that out. We try to do at least one show a day, and it's growing, so please like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to support the show, buy our t-shirt at KocoSports.net, or just hang around at KocoSports.net as we're trying to improve that blog, so it's your #1 spot. Rumor has it I don't promote our website enough.
That's right, you don't.
All right, so let's break this down. I think it was a win. Let's see. NXT Champion Kevin Owens addresses the world. I think it's a good promo, but at the same time, does it really go anywhere? You know what I mean? It's one of those things now where, like, back in the day, you could cut a good promo, but it also had to lead somewhere. Do you think this led anywhere, or do you think it's just like, hey, I'm Kevin Owens, I'm telling you stuff you already know, but I'm doing it so good it doesn't matter? Do you think this went anywhere as far as his promo?
No, I think it felt like John Cena opening Raw. I just like John Cena in this instance.
Yeah.
It's just pointless mic time.
I noticed, I don't know if it's a 3-hour show. NXT usually doesn't do this, but I noticed, especially on Raw, there's promos that could be done in a tweet. You know, it's like a 20, 30-minute promo, and you're like, well, what did we get out of that? You know what I mean? And yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just that it's not entertaining, there's not enough zingers, they move the story too slow. Now, obviously, most wrestling fans like a slow build, slow story. But a slow build, a slow story isn't repeating the same thing over and over and over. Like, you know, it's like writing a novel. Yeah, if every page you're excited to see what happens next. By the way, I'm reading Dr. Sleep, amazing. I think the Stephen King guy's going to be, I think he's going to be something special. But if you read the novel and every page is like, oh, I can't wait for the next thing to happen, that's great. But if you read a novel and it's the same fucking thing, it's like, kid, he's scared. Chapter 2, the kid's still scared. Chapter 3, the kid's scared. Chapter 4, the kid's scared. That's not a long story.
Chapter 5, John Cena comes out and AA's everyone. And then AA's the kid.
Yeah, exactly. So, I love Owens. I think it's a great promo, but we're at a place now in WWE, great promos are going nowhere. It's not setting anything up. And to me, I love Owens. I love the #1 contender Finn Balor. I love the fact that they checked in with Sami Zayn. I loved everything about it. But really, is there anything that moved the storyline? Was there anything new? I don't think so. Then, the big return. I think a lot of people were talking about this. I was excited. I was a huge ECW fan growing up. I loved him in TNA. I thought his TNA title run with, his TNA title win, I shouldn't say run, it was very short. His TNA title win against Jeff Jarrett was a bit over the top, but I remember watching it live and I was excited about it. That's really old school TNA. But Rhino, I'm a big fan of Rhino, and Rhino comes in, he defeats Elias, Samson. It seems like the NXT universe really accepts Rhino. And I think it's cool having people return like this, because I think NXT is going to use them right. I think NXT, like a Rhino helping Owens get to the next level, a Rhino helping Bull Dempsey, you know, like matchups like that I think is great. And also, I don't know, I was excited, I was happy. I know there's a lot of TNA fans on the interwebs saying, oh, WWE fans hated Rhino, but now love him. there might be some of those cats, but I've always loved Rhino. He's the last real ECW champion. I enjoyed this. I love on WWE.com. It's like, who is Rhino? That's, like, fans, they don't think very much of their history of the fans. But I enjoyed this. Now, I know you had a long break of watching wrestling. You didn't go to thick and thin with me. Did you enjoy Rhino coming back, or did you just not know who he was? Oh, okay.
I was so excited. Like, I found out about this, like, I try to avoid NXT spoilers.
Oh, yeah, it's hard, though, especially if you're online.
Back and I had to know who. Like, I just had to know who. And I found out it was him, and I was like, holy shit, Rhino? And I was just stoked. Like, I mean, he's, like,
Yeah, I really enjoyed him, especially ECW. I even enjoyed him in TNA, so calm down, TNA haters of WWE. But I enjoyed this. But yeah, when it comes to spoilers, I try to avoid them. But doing, what we do, this channel does what? Maybe 2 hours of content every day. It's hard doing a daily podcast, and I don't run, but I guess I run, but I don't really update enough because I have a staff that does that, KocoSports. It's hard, especially on social media all the time, to stay away from spoilers. But I knew he was there because of spoilers, but it's still special to me. Now, there's another guy that returns, but we won't talk about that in spoilers. I wasn't as excited for his return, but we'll wait till maybe it will look good on television.
I want to know who this guy is. Who's the other guy coming back?
I don't want to give a spoiler.
Type it for me. Type it for me. I won't say anything. I just want to know.
All right. There you go. I used his old school indie name. All right. Next.
I don't even know who that is, so yeah.
All right. Next, yeah, Enzo, Amore, and Colin Cassady defeat the Vaudevillains. I'm not a big fan of comedy wrestling, but I think both these teams do a great job at comedy wrestling. Like, it's one of those things, it might not be my style of wrestling, but sometimes even though you don't see your style of wrestling, you could still respect it. And the audience eats it up alive, and it's very, very enjoyable. I really enjoyed this one.
And an amazing promo to start out the match, as always, with that tag team.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's so funny, because I used to fucking hate these guys. And then
I don't know why.
Dude, it was so funny because, like, sometimes you can hate someone and then someone says something. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, I hate that fucking scumbag Coco. And be like, but he loves Jesus. And you're like, Coco's okay in my book. But the thing is, with Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady, like, I fucking hated them. I don't know why. And you just said one line. You're like, well, if you were back in Jersey, wouldn't you hang out with these type of people? Wouldn't these people from Jersey? And it clicked. I was like, you're absolutely fucking right. All my friends from Jersey are idiots like this. I love
those
Jersey.
are your people. Those are your wrestlers.
No, what it is? I think I became a self-hating Jersey guy. Like, oh, I fucking hate people.
Took you back to your roots.
Yeah, you did. So I enjoyed this match. I thought it was pretty decent, but more comedy and promos than actual wrestling, in my opinion.
I'm with you, though. I do think the decision to have them go up against Blake and Murphy, I don't know what their tag team's name is, but
I don't think they have a name yet. I think it's just Blake and Murphy. I want to call them the 80s Express. So.
I just think it's a bad idea because it highlights, like, I probably wouldn't have noticed how bad Blake and Murphy are on the mic if you didn't have them up with Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah, they seem like I described them as this. Blake and Murphy seems like they just walked out of a time machine from 80s pro wrestling. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. But I have a conspiracy theory. No facts whatsoever. You ready for my conspiracy theory?
Yes.
The Young Bucks turned them down. I think this was the Young Bucks spot. Think about it. They come in, they win, they go upset. I don't know. And not only that, but the entrances, to me, feels very WWE Young Buckish. But maybe I just have Young Bucks on the brain too much. When I see Blake and Murphy, I'm like, did you just take the Young Bucks spot? I don't know. If they start saying Super Kick Party, I think we know the answer.
Well, no, WWE wouldn't have them do that. That would take away from Shawn Michaels too much. Instead, it's going to be like Super super clothesline party or something
Dude,
stupid.
the Young Bucks are such scumbags, but they're such lovable scumbags. Go follow the Young Bucks on Twitter. You're just like, what fucking douchebags? But they're so lovable douchebags, and they're so good at wrestling, but they are so sleazy. All right, next, you have. This is kind of exciting. It really is. First, you have CJ Parker cut a promo. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, but I'm going to keep it short because I've said it so often. The CJ Parker character would be so much money if someone with balls was writing the promo. Could you see the potential of how far you could take CJ Parker's character if they just had a decent writer that had the balls to take it that far?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, CJ Parker's character should be making headlines, and instead it's just like, oh, it's a bad Captain Planet reject. But who cares? CJ Parker,
Dude,
he could have been.
imagine how cool would it be if they did another return? They had CJ Parker actually doing serious promos, and then they had another return, one of the guys from the censorship group coming back to shut down the shit he was saying for the authority.
Well, not only, but I would push the envelope. Dude, think about it. You could do the overpopulation thing. You could do the PETA thing. You can do, dude, anything that PETA and overpopulation people could do, you could do that on a stage at a way higher level. You know what I mean? It's just but the thing is, do you take it that far? I mean, pretty much if you start complaining about overpopulation like his type of character extremist would do, you're kind of like, are you saying we should murder people? You know what I mean? But I think you could push it so far. And not only that, but this is me going way too far, and obviously WWE wouldn't do this. I would have him go with legit extremists. Just get a camcorder, find extremists that believe in it, and go free a cow from a farm and shit. I would go all out, dude. And you could go so far and be so insulting. Because I do a lot of charity work, and I work with some really big extremists. And, dude, they fucking say some crazy shit. You're just like, whoa, really? Because they're like, they always try to convert me to what they believe in, and I'm like, listen, I'm pro-human before I'm pro anything else. And he's like, the humans are gonna end the world. Fuck humans. And I'm like, all right, this is weird. But you could see how far you could take that storyline. But CJ Parker's a lost cause, but not a lost cause is Solomon Crowe.
Great wrestler, though.
Yeah. Yeah, for WWE standards. I don't know if you could hang with New Japan and all that, but yeah.
Everyone who has a match with him, it's always a good match. And I think that says something.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's good for WWE standards. I try to watch him going around the good. But Solomon Crowe, everybody's been waiting for this debut. He comes out and just destroys CJ Parker. And I don't know, I was expecting a bigger reaction, but I don't know. I think maybe Rhino stole some of that thunder. Yeah. But Rhino
definitely. Rhino burnt that crowd up for returns.
Yeah. So it was really interesting, and a lot of people in the internet inventory have just been putting this guy over and is excited to see it. NXT right now has such a stacked roster. Okay, then we go to the women's match.
Dude, hold on. First, I really, really just want to say, God, can we just have Dean Ambrose come down for just a short run with fucking him, and just be the Switchblade Conspiracy?
Nice. Yeah. I don't know. It's not like Dean Ambrose is doing much anyway.
Right?
Just maybe you think Dean Ambrose is like, fuck you guys, I'm just selling shirts, bitches.
It seems like it.
Yeah. Oh, man. For all those John Cena defenders that say selling merchandise matters, ask CM Punk what happens. Ask Dean Ambrose what happens. The game is rigged, folks. The game is rigged. NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks defeats Blue Pants Leva Bates in a non-title match. I just thought this was great. I enjoy Leva Bates really much. That's Blue Pants. I'm a big fan of her. Saw her on Indies. She's worked in some of the wrestling promotions that I worked for, and I'm just a big fan of her. And I'm so glad the Orlando fans got behind her. She actually does a nerd show. I'll have to find it and do it. But yeah, Leva Bates hosts a show just about nerd stuff. And it's really enjoyable. So Sasha Banks wins, but still, it's just pure entertainment. But it seems like the Blue Pants thing is losing steam now. It doesn't. They're excited, but not as excited.
It's because they were excited to recognize someone that felt like was being put there as a jobber. That's, to Marks, that's actually someone.
Yeah. And she's an amazing. I don't know much about her, but from what I do know, she's super nice, an amazing person, and does a lot of stuff in the cosplay universe, indie wrestling in Florida, and also that nerd show. I wish I remember what the nerd show was called. I apologize. Leva Bates, I've heard people call my people. Then it was an enjoyable match, but it was pretty much the same thing. WWE medical staff gives an update on Sami Zayn. I swear I thought Sami Zayn was giving his own update. I was like, is that Sami Zayn's brother? The doctor looked a lot like Sami Zayn. But I thought the update was pretty cool. I thought that was a nice touch. So, all right, give me 5 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Talk about Sami Zayn's brother and his neck injury.
That wasn't Sami Zayn's brother. That was Sami Zayn undercover. He's actually totally okay and doesn't want anyone to know that he's totally okay, because Sami Zayn wants to surprise everyone when he returns next week to challenge Kevin Owens for a rematch at Turkey Mania.
All right, there you go. Oh my God, dude, listen. Can we break down this fourth wall before we go into the fucking main event and live comments?
Sure.
Dude, I love my life. I'm not gonna lie. I have a great life. I get to volunteer. I get to help children. I get to help the homeless. I have great health insurance. My health is absolutely horrible, but my health insurance and doctors take care of me. I'm starting a passion project. I'm getting into writing. I ghost-written before. Now I'm writing my own books. I'm trying to get into comic books. I enjoy my fucking life. But never make the mistake of when your wife comes to you and says, hey, instead of putting my mother-in-law in a home, why don't we have her live with us? Never, ever, ever say yes. Ever. And here's the thing I regret most. It's the biggest pain in the ass of my fucking life, right? But I said yes without even thinking about it. Like, I was just fucking around on Facebook. I was probably playing Candy Crush or something. I'm being sarcastic, but I was just zoning out. My wife's like, oh, I don't want to send her to a home. Is it okay if she moves in with us? Without even thinking about it. Yeah, sure, honey, if that's what you want. If I had a time machine, I fell out of a helicopter. If I had a time machine, I would fucking change that answer way before I changed fucking saving myself from a helicopter. Back to NXT.
I don't know that's the best decision making.
Oh, man. Back to NXT. Here we go. NXT Champion Kevin Owens defeats Adrian Neville in a non-title match. I love this matchup, but I would be a hypocrite if I don't call out something I hate on this match as I do for the WWE Raw shows and the shows I hate. I fucking despise non-title matches. These two athletes are great wrestlers. These two athletes are fucking amazing. You got Owens versus Neville. You have a great fucking match. And as soon as you say it's non-title, you're just like, oh, so it doesn't count. I mean, what if these guys put on a 5-star match? What if it's match of the year? It blows my fucking mind that they're like, oh, I got an idea. And then on top of that, non-title match, champion wins. Like, a non-title match is like a big fuck you to the wrestling fans, at least in my opinion. But then a non-title match that fucking the champion wins is not only a big fuck you, but it's awesome. Oh my god.
It's a pointless fuck you.
Yeah, it's just, I enjoyed this match. I thought it was really good, but you know what? I'd probably say definitely match of the night. But the non-title match is just a fucking shitty feeling. And there's something I want to bring up that
I disagree on match of the night.
Who do you think my match of the night was?
Solomon Crowe.
Yeah, but that was a segment. I don't think that was a match.
I counted that as a match. Actually, Rhino was the match of the night.
So sadly, like, there's a part of me that's arguing with you. Like, that doesn't count as a match. But then does a non-title match count? Fuck it. I thought it was match of the night. I thought it was amazing. I thought they did a great job. I wish it gave more time, but it's on free television. But I just wish it wasn't non-title. Just the moves they saw. There was even a 450 splash. I thought that was amazing. So yeah, and not only that, but Kevin Owens. It's so weird calling him by their WWE names. I always stutter. Like Kevin Owens? That's the guy. Kevin Owens was dropped on his head like a bunch of times, and they were selling it. And the announce team did a great job of selling how tough Owens is. You know what I mean? I thought the announce team did a great job. So, yeah. And never mind. It's on WWE.com, so I don't think it's an exclusive. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler. It says exclusive. The Brian Kendrick returns to WWE next week. So it's interesting to see all these guys come up, and it's really good. Overall, I thought NXT was a win. One thing I don't know if I mentioned this already, I apologize, but one thing that people were complaining about in the chat room was the WWE Network was choppy as shit. It was horrible. And as soon as NXT went off the air, they went to Legends House, and it was perfectly fine. But during NXT, a lot of people, like people on Xboxes, a lot of people that were watching the WWE Network, it looked horrible on NXT. And you got to remember, this is the month they're giving away for free. That's not a good sign. So, but yeah.
I mean, like, I had to give up watching it just because it fucked up so many times that I was like,
yeah, because originally we were going to do a review right afterwards, but you were watching on a network, I was watching on J Sports, and you were like, no, dude, I'm behind. I'm like, what do you mean? Didn't you start watching it? You're like, yeah, dude. Because was the feed shitty for you too?
Yeah, like, the biggest issue was every time he would disconnect me, I'd have to go back to my spot, but, you know, that spot got further and further back, and then, you know, I'm having to spend that extra load time, and then slowly it gets worse and worse, and it was shitty.
Yeah, that's never good. WWE, I know, like, we want to give you tough love, and we want to be pissed off, and, you know, not buy the network because of fucking your horrible booking on your main shows. But at the same time, man, you know, come on. This is your shit, man. This is your future. On Twitter, Sportsman77, the at Marcus New York 15, he favored us, so appreciate it. Facebook asked us, this is an ongoing thing. I think we have to start the Wednesday Night Wars, because every time, let's see what Facebook says, and it's always someone different. Which one was better, Lucha Underground or NXT? I'm going to go Lucha Underground just because the non-title match, you know, but I think it's close. I love both shows with all my heart. All right, let's refresh, and we'll do some live
saying I
comments.
should start watching Lucha Underground every week?
Dude, I love Lucha Underground. I love Wednesdays. If you only could watch wrestling one day a week, it should be Wednesday. It's absolutely amazing. All right, I'm gonna go quick. All right, and then we gotta head out of here. Mr. Jason 916 says, "Win, I must say." Mr. Jason also says Adrian Neville is good and an incredible high flyer. I agree. Danny Allmark, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while, Danny Allmark. I've been watching NXT where I can, but to be honest, I find it always a good show, and the pay-per-views they do are amazing. I agree. Chris Richards, Coco, if you were a wrestler in NXT that they wanted to call up, would you ask to stay in NXT or take the chance they fuck you up in the main show? If they let you pick, what would you do? This is really, really tough. This is a great question because there's many options of it. If you get called up and it sucks and you get fired, that's your opportunity. But if you get called up and own it, they'll have faith. Because you got to remember, Stone Cold used to be the ringmaster. Sometimes you have to take a shitty gimmick to become a good gimmick later. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a really tough call. It's a really, really tough call. And obviously, you probably get paid a lot more in WWE, and that's always a huge factor when people make decisions. Sadly, not for me, but but for other people, that's a huge factor, you know. And I don't know. It's a really tough call. Now, if I could avoid something, I would totally avoid trying to feud with John Cena. Because, you know, they have this thing, this rumor, if you feud with John Cena, you make tons of money. No, when you feud with John Cena, your career is pretty much fucking over. I would try to avoid John Cena, but going up to WWE, I don't know, man. I don't know. To be honest with you, it's a really tough call. But the thing is, a lot of these wrestlers have been wanting to go to WWE their whole lives, and it's hard to turn down no. Because if you turn down no, they may never come back again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting. That's a really tough question. I guess it's a case-by-case scenario. I don't know. I mean, I think I would go to WWE with the shitty gimmick, but at the same time, I don't know. It's a tough call. That's a great question. Thank you. I am Mikey. Mike Ashman says, "Oh, which one would you do?" I'll ask you. Would you go up to WWE with a shitty gimmick or stay at NXT and hopefully they'll come up with a better gimmick later?
I would go up because I'm smart enough to know that telling Vince McMahon, no, I don't want to go up, I want to stay down here, would probably get me fucked over.
Yeah, they do hold grudges. I don't know. It's a risk. It's a gamble. Because then you might say no, and then later you come up with a better gimmick. But WWE is also a type of company that holds grudges, you know? But yeah, I see your point. I Am Mikey says Sami Callihan, a.k.a. Crowe, is going to fucking wreck shit in NXT. I hope so. Everyone's been so excited for his appearance. Could Samoa Joe make a quick stop in NXT or Bubba Ray Dudley do a quick run in NXT too? That would be amazing, to be honest with you, on both accounts. I Am Mikey. Mike Ashman says Enzo and Cassady for NXT Tag Champs. Oh my God, would Rob fall in love? I Am Mikey, pay-per-view Wrestle Kingdom Prophet. You have a new fan. Great comedy duo. Carmella could still get the D, even though she's a cake face. I'm reading this, but like I'm reading it like I'm a librarian, and it makes it even fucking more awkward. I can't wait for the crew to take out the Dubstep Brothers. I agree that it's the Young Bucks gimmick. All right, I'm glad I'm not the only crazy one. Lennox Wooderson says, "Win Lucha Underground is top competition for Best of the Week." I agree. There will be a Lucha Underground review coming soon. How amazing would Joe versus Nakamura be? Amazing's not even the right word. I'd have tears of joy in my eyes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a serious question. If they wanted to have like a new tag team come in and take the belts and do all that shit after the Young Bucks, rather than give those guys that gimmick, why didn't they call up Dean Ambrose and then just have the Switchblade Conspiracy do it all?
Your Switchblade Conspiracy is my Okada needs to be managed by Ric Flair. You just can't let it go.
It's so good.
I understand, man. Lennox Wooderson says, would going to WWE be worth it for Samoa Joe? I think so, just for a nice one last run. I don't know. I'm just a huge Joe fan. I don't know. I mean, Joe has been shitted on by TNA Creative for a long time, so what's WWE Creative going to shit on for? You know what I mean? Just say no to mother-in-laws. Preach it, Lennox Wooderson. And the thing is, Lennox Wooderson, if I can shoot with you here for a second, I can't believe how, like, little I thought about it. Like, I put more thought into should I let Rob podcast with me than I did my mother-in-law living with me. I put more thought into fucking dinner tonight. Man, just say no. Lennox Wooderson, Raw would be so much better if they had surprises like Rhino. I agree with that. Triple H has said that he loves the NXT chants. We need more of those on Raw and pay-per-views. Yeah, but see, to get chance and have excitement and joy, you have to actually put on a good product. No one's going to cheer like, this is average. I bought these tickets 6 months ago and couldn't get rid of them. My kid is sleeping because it's 11 o'clock at night and you said it's for children. This is awkward. You know, none of these chants work out. John Cena wins again. I don't know. Triple H said that okay, yeah. And
Hold
NXT,
on, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
How badass would it be, in your opinion, if the way that Steen got called up, within like a few months, he just starts randomly showing up on the actual main roster shows and just beating the shit out of someone when they're in ring, and then just getting a microphone and saying, I'm ready, and leaving?
You know what? I'm such a huge super fan of Owens and Samoa Joe. Like, my thing is, it has to be really hard for WWE to ruin these guys. I mean, you have to go out of your way. You just have to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lennox, Wooderson, NXT. But yeah, that's an awesome idea. It really is.
Oh, wait. Also, did you hear about
it also could work with Charlotte. It could work with Charlotte, too. With the women's.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
NXT versus Lucha Underground, what matches do you make? Anyone can have any titles. I'd say Prince... Ooh, the Battle of Princes. Prince Devitt versus Prince Puma. That's what I'd say right off the top of my head.
That would be a good match.
Yep. And if Adrian Neville...
I need to go masturbate.
Yeah.
Sexy Star against Charlotte?
Oh. Yeah. you know, but we're hungry for such great wrestling when it sounds like we're eating a good pizza. That's a good match. Man.
I'm just picturing all these great flips and everything. I'm like, man, that's gonna be.
All right, two more comments, and we're gonna get out of here. All right.
Hold on, wait. First, did you hear that WWE licensed a new name?
Yeah. It's called like Podcasters R Us. I'm being sarcastic,
No,
but
it's
no, it's something redneck, right?
Yeah, Redneck Wrecking Company.
Yeah.
And people are
Stereotypes
theorizing
are fun.
that they're going to have a new stable. But see, here's the thing. I don't think if I were to use that name, it wouldn't be for an obvious stable that's dumb like, Country Guys, the Redneck Wrecking Company.
That'd be cool. The Briscoe brothers.
I would actually make the New Day rebrand because they keep saying that they're staying happy to stay away from the anger and being pissed off.
Yeah.
I would have them come back out as the Redneck Wrecking Company.
Oh, I see. A little spin on that bad boy.
As fuck.
That would be pretty cool. All right, if Adrian Neville goes up to the main roster, then they'll give him the rumored stupid Mighty Mouse gimmick? ? I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of fake rumors out there, but I don't know. I don't know about Mighty Mouse and all that, but if you're really for children, people love masked gimmicks. But I don't know. Mighty Mouse gimmick sounds so bad. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it. There's nothing.
You know what? If you want to give Neville a gimmick with a mask, make him Pac-Man.
Make a deal with Namco to sell Pac-Man games.
Yeah, just make him Pac-Man.
You know what? It's so stupid it might just work.
Well, the Smarks will love it because it's got Pac in it. They're like, all right, if he's gonna have a stupid gimmick, at least he's Pac again. So
It's so stupid, but it might work. You can battle Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Smash Brothers at Mania, Lennox Witterson. I don't know. It's so stupid, but.
Wait, hold on. Serious question. They have that one midget that's actually really, really good wrestler, El Torito.
Yeah.
Why don't they have Adrian Neville get called up?
Persons, but yeah.
Well, why don't they have Adrian Neville get called up and feud with El Torito?
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, who would be a good challenger after Baylor? Kenta? I think Kenta would be great because they have to get those guys up. Obviously.
Well, technically Neville's owed a title shot still. But if you can ask Randy Orton, that doesn't mean you're going to get a title shot.
Yeah, no one pays attention.
You can be owed a rematch as long as you want. Doesn't mean you'll get it, ever.
All right. Please like, comment, subscribe. Within 24 hours, Boom Boom will be doing a SmackDown review. I will be doing a Lucha Underground review. And we already did pay-per-view profits, so make sure to check that out. And we've been trying to do a show a day for the rest of our lives. We've been adding co-hosts and returning some co-hosts, so we're hopefully that it works out better. So please like, comment, subscribe. Check out. Yeah, we got some new people. Check out.
You replaced me?
I didn't replace you, but you're not here 24/7.
I've been replaced. Oh my god.
Don't say that.
I find out on air.
Dude,
Fred Yelly, he replaced me. And he told me on air so I wouldn't freak out.
Don't say that, because Franielli will fly to Tokyo and pick it right outside my door. I'll walk out and Franielli will throw red paint on me and throw eggs at me. They'll be like, Rob Rangers for life!
Good. This is what we need. Support the Turkey Maniacs.
Alright. I think we're done. Alright, we're done.
When are we booking Mania?
After the pay-per-view, because we're too close to the pay-per-view now, it'd be kind of silly. So after the pay-per-view, we'll book it again. Alright, so comment.
On. Here's the question. Do we want to do our own version of pay-per-view profits where you and I book the pay-per-view with the matches they already set and see whose pay-per-view ends up better?
Alright. Possibility. But this is stuff we should probably talk off the air.
No, let's do this. We'll be back in 5.
No, we're definitely not going to be back in 5. We'll be a Lucha Underground... Shut up. There'll be a Lucha Underground review and a SmackDown review within the next 24 to 48 hours. Like, comment, subscribe, and please check out the blog. We're trying to become your #1 spot for combat sports and wrestling reviews. We hope to keep growing little by little. Rob, thank you.
Hold on, wait.
Thank you.
Why don't we start a new thing?
All the
female fans will do like the Chive. You can get them all to send in scandalous pictures with KocoSports written on their boobs.
Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net. And with that, I am over.
Wait, surprise